Hey Jake, you're tired of always pretending you're okay, right? Yeah, I'm talking to the version of you that shows up for everyone else, but then crashes when no one's looking. You keep telling yourself next time will be different, stay calm, set boundaries, stay disciplined, but then it all falls apart again. Just one little trigger, and suddenly you're losing your temper. One rejection spirals you out of control. One mistake makes you shrink inside. And every time you're left asking, why can't I control myself? Most folks wake up and immediately give their peace away to the world. One bad message ruins their whole day. One person's judgment destroys their confidence, and one failure drains all their motivation. That's how most people live, like puppets pulled by invisible strings, never questioning who's controlling them. But the Stoics, they did things differently. They trained their minds like warriors, preparing for the true battle, which wasn't on some battlefield but inside their own heads. Their real enemy wasn't other people, it was their own unbridled desires, fears, and urges. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, taught that true freedom isn't about changing the world but about mastering how you respond to it. When someone insulted him, he didn't explode. When he lost something valuable, he didn't fall apart, because he understood that the only thing no one could ever take from him was his mindset, and that's where your real power begins. Your emotions have control over you because no one ever taught you how to guard your mind's gates. Nobody ever told you that staying calm amid chaos is a skill. That staying silent when all you want to do is scream is a sign of strength. That walking away when your pride gets triggered is actually victory. The Stoics knew this, and they left behind hard, practical wisdom, not theories, but real tools to help you regain control in your everyday emotional battles. This isn't about sounding wise or memorizing some philosophical quotes. It's about becoming someone unshakable in the face of disrespect, betrayal, setbacks, and chaos. So, I want you to focus right now. Turn off distractions, open your mind, and let's go deep. Because these 8 brutal Stoic truths will chip away at your weaknesses and show you how to replace them with genuine power. Some of these truths might hurt, that's exactly why they work. By the end of this, you'll have the exact mental tools to walk through life with a quiet, commanding presence, the kind that doesn't shout but is felt the moment you walk into a room. First, I want you to comment a simple affirmation. I refuse to be a slave to my emotions. All right, let's begin. Number 1. Discipline your emotions before they discipline you. If you're upset about something outside yourself, remember, the pain isn't caused by the thing itself, but by your judgment of it. And here's the best part, you can undo that judgment anytime you choose. Marcus Aurelius once said that most people believe their feelings are facts. They get angry and lash out. They feel fear and run. They feel rejected, so they overthink, chase after validation, or sink into depression. But Stoicism teaches that emotions aren't commands, they're signals. And if you let your emotions lead you, you'll grow weak, reactive, and unstable. But if you learn to train them, you become untouchable. Imagine someone insults you. Your pride flares up, your chest heats, your heart races. The instinct is to fight, to prove your worth, to argue. That's emotion trying to leash you like a dog. Now picture stopping. You notice that heat, you name the feeling, you pause. You ask yourself, is this worth my energy? And then walk away. You don't become passive, but you become powerful. That's exactly what Marcus Aurelius did when enemies pushed him. He didn't retaliate with insults. He kept his cool because he understood the true victory isn't outside, it's holding onto your peace inside. Today, we're constantly exposed to triggers. Social media drama, disrespect in relationships, setbacks, or everyday stress. And if you aren't deliberately training your response, the world will teach you to be miserable. Training your emotions is simple. Pause before reacting, observe before judging, respond with purpose, not impulse. It doesn't mean you don't feel, it means you don't become what you feel. Start small. Next time someone disrespects you, hold your tongue. Let silence be your reply. That silence is stronger than anger. It unsettles them more than any shouting would. Because real alpha energy isn't loud. It's quiet control you choose even when you want to explode, you hold back. The world respects that. Deep down, everyone knows the strongest person isn't the one making noise but the one who's in control. Practice this daily. Your mind's like a muscle. The more you override negative feelings with logic and composure, the stronger you get. And one day you'll be able to say, I felt it, but I didn't act on it. That's mastery. Number 2, don't react immediately, observe first, then act with power. Most of our suffering is caused by imagining the worst in our minds before the reality even happens. Seneca pointed out how often we destroy our peace through assumptions. How many times have you jumped to conclusions, created stories in your head that aren't true, then made decisions based on those feelings, only to regret later? That's the common trap. Something happens, a message is ignored, someone rejects you, or a look is exchanged. You start spiraling. In your mind, you think they're ignoring you or disrespecting you. You tell yourself negative stories, and that emotional storm takes control. But here's the brutal truth the Stoics teach. Don't trust the first story your mind spins. Instead, pause, observe, and investigate. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoics, said that most pain comes not from the event itself, but from how we interpret it. That means your suffering is often based more on your imagination than reality. Here's a practical example. Say someone doesn't reply to your text. Your first thought might be, they're ignoring me. They don't care. You start spiraling, sending another message, losing dignity and giving your power away. But a Stoic would pause. Ask, what do I truly know? Maybe they're busy. Maybe it's not about me. Instead of reacting, you choose to stay still. Another example, you get criticized. Your knee-jerk reaction is to defend yourself. But what if you asked, is there truth here? If yes, improve. If no, let it go. Not every battle is worth fighting. And if someone disrespects you publicly, most respond with anger or reply harshly. But the wise stay silent, not because they're weak, but because they know reacting hands control of the whole situation over to the other person. And that's giving away power. In a fast-paced world where everyone's on edge, learning to slow down makes you the one with the upper hand. This isn't about becoming cold or distant, it's about being deliberate. Think of your mind as a courtroom. Emotions present evidence. You're the judge, not the prisoner. You don't have to believe every thought you have or act on every feeling. Train yourself to halt. When heat rises inside, stop. Observe. Don't speak, don't text, don't react. Sit with that discomfort and let it pass like a wave. Only then decide what to do. Once you master this, you won't give your power away so easily. That's when real self-mastery begins. Number 3, cut the noise. Your mind craves silence. It's the most peaceful place you can find, right inside your own soul. Marcus Aurelius once said that true peace comes from within. The reason you're always anxious isn't just your problems. It's because you never let your mind breathe. From the moment you wake up, it starts. Notifications, scrolling, opinions, ads, demands. By the end of the day, your mind's in chaos, not from outside events but from the chaos inside your head. Marcus understood this. Even as an emperor dealing with chaos, he found peace by retreating into stillness. He'd journal, sit quietly with his thoughts, block out the noise. He didn't wait for the world to calm down, he chose to find calm within himself. Today, most people are addicted to stimulation. Silence scares them. Stillness makes them uncomfortable. So they dive into entertainment, gossip, endless scrolling, anything to avoid facing themselves. But the true Stoic runs towards silence, not away from it, because clarity is born in quiet. If you want to master yourself, you need space for your mind to hear itself. Here's how. First, carve out 10 minutes daily for stillness, no phones, no noise, just you and your thoughts. Sit, breathe, let everything settle. Second, journal honestly, no fancy words. Just reflect on your day. What triggered you? What did you avoid? Marcus did this daily. His journal turned into some of the greatest philosophy ever written. Third, guard your mental space fiercely. Be ruthless about what you consume. You don't need to know everything or be available to everyone. Unfollow noise, cut out distractions. Your mind isn't trash, it's a sacred temple that needs cleaning and protection. In that space of stillness, you meet yourself. You face your fears and stop lying to yourself. It's uncomfortable but powerful. In that silence, you realize you don't need more advice, you need more awareness. And awareness only comes when you turn down the volume on everything else. Don't fear silence, it's where transformation begins. Drop this affirmation in the comments: I protect my peace. Silence is my strength. Number 4, stop explaining yourself. Power doesn't chase understanding, it embodies confidence. Don't waste energy trying to explain your philosophy. Live it. Epictetus said it best. Most people are trapped in a silent addiction, the need to be understood, validated, justified. They explain their intentions, justify their boundaries, defend their silence, over-explain their actions. And all that does is drain you and invite judgment. When you constantly explain yourself, you give away your power. You let others judge, dissect, and decide your worth. That's insecurity disguised as politeness. Epictetus showed a better way. Live your truth, but don't beg others to accept it. Show it through your actions. Be so consistent your character speaks for itself. Once you do that, the need for explanations disappears. Imagine a lion explaining to sheep why it hunts. It wouldn't. It just does what it does, and its power is obvious. The mountain doesn't apologize for being tall. It simply stands. Your existence should justify your strength, not explanations or apologies. Here's what happens when you stop trying to explain. 1. You stop wasting energy on people who will never truly understand you. 2. You move through life with quiet confidence instead of desperation. 3. You trust your decisions, even if others don't see the value. But most importantly, this path is lonely. You will be misunderstood. Your silence may be misinterpreted as arrogance. People might see your distance as hostility. And you have to accept that, because true mastery means choosing inner peace over people's approval. Think about this. How many times have you deluded yourself just to avoid standing out? How many times have you stayed silent, then felt guilty and started explaining just to make others comfortable? That's over now. You owe the world authenticity, not explanations. Let your silence speak louder than words. Let your results show who you are. Your values will be obvious without a single explanation. And if someone doubts you, don't sweat it. The ones who matter will understand you without needing a paragraph. The others, let them go. Your time, energy, and purpose are too valuable to waste on those who aren't ready to see your true strength. Keep moving forward, speak less. Move with quiet resolve. Number 5, let people go. Mastery means releasing what no longer serves you. As Epictetus said, he is a wise man who does not grieve for what he has not, but rejoices for what he has. People change. Relationships fade. Some drift away slowly, others are torn from your life in an instant. And every time, that pain pulls at your heart, that urge to hold on, to fix, to understand. But here's a brutal truth from Stoicism. If someone can leave your life, then let them go. Don't chase, don't beg, don't try to force it. Let it go with dignity. Epictetus teaches us that we don't own people, we only experience them. Some come into your life to teach you how strong you can be when they're gone. When you tie your identity to others, you lose yourself. You become dependent on their validation, their love, their presence. And then when they leave, you feel shattered. But that feeling isn't about them. It's about the parts of yourself you gave away without boundaries. Stoicism reminds us that what's truly yours can't be taken away, and what can be taken isn't really yours. That doesn't mean you become cold. It means you become conscious. You love fully but not blindly. You give your energy freely but not endlessly. When it's time, release what no longer boosts your growth without bitterness or revenge. Letting go isn't weakness, it's clarity. You don't need closure, you need discipline. You don't need answers, you need acceptance. You don't need people back. You need to be whole, healed, and rising. Once you stop mourning lost connections and start reclaiming your lost parts, everything shifts. Let go of those who made you feel you had to shrink to be loved. Those one-sided relationships. The friendships that fade when you needed real support. And most importantly, let go of the old version of yourself that tolerated all that mess. Self-mastery means choosing yourself, even when it hurts. If someone drifts away, don't chase. Let silence do its work. If someone disrespects you, don't argue, let your absence speak volumes. When things leave your life, let them go with peace and strength, knowing that nothing truly valuable ever leaves permanently. Number 6. Discipline is real freedom. Build routines like a warrior. No one is truly free unless they control themselves. Epictetus made it clear. Most people think freedom is doing whatever they want whenever they want, staying out late, eating junk, avoiding tough tasks, and calling that liberty. But the Stoics knew better. True freedom isn't doing whatever feels good. It's in controlling what you want. Imagine waking up early not because you have to, but because your training makes it a priority. Doing the hard things, exercising, reading, having difficult conversations even when you don't feel like it, is discipline. That's control. That's freedom. Because a person who can't say no to their impulses isn't free. They're a slave to laziness, distraction, and emotion. The Stoics were warriors of the mind. Their routines weren't based on motivation, but on choice, and repeated choices become habits. Those habits shape your identity. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, still journaled every morning, still reflected, still held himself accountable. Why? Because no matter how powerful you are, without structure you're nothing. If you want true self-mastery, show it in your schedule. Here's how. Step 1. Create a morning routine that's all about you. No show, no social media. Wake up, sit quietly, read something that sharpens your mind, move your body, write down your thoughts. Do it every day. Step 2. Align your day around your values, not your feelings. Don't ask, what do I feel like doing? Instead, ask, what needs to get done, and focus. Step 3. Track your behavior. Assess at night. Where did I waste time? When did I react emotionally? What can I do better? Discipline isn't comfy at first, but it builds confidence. You start trusting yourself because you're no longer led by laziness or fear. You act with purpose, choosing what's hard now so you're stronger later. People notice too. Your focus, your presence, your reputation change. You carry yourself like someone who doesn't fold under pressure because you train for discomfort every day. Start small. Pick one routine, stick to it, wake up simultaneously. Do 10 push-ups. Read a page, clean your space. Do it daily, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline isn't about being hard on yourself, it's about forging inside you something stronger than excuses. Because if you don't train yourself, life will do it through failure, regret, and missed opportunities. And you don't want that. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am not led by comfort, I choose discipline. Number 7. Master detachment. Love fully but without losing yourself. Happiness and craving what isn't present can't coexist. Epictetus said it best. We all crave connection, love, respect, admiration. But most people make that their whole identity. They depend on it. And when it's gone, they fall apart. The Stoics warned us external things like relationships, money, fame, approval, they aren't under your control. The more you rely on them, the more they control your peace. Detachment isn't coldness, it's being anchored. It means loving someone fully but knowing you can survive if they leave. Enjoy success, but stay grounded if it slips away. Feel deeply, but don't become ruled by feelings. Say you're in love, that's wonderful. But if your happiness depends on their mood, if their distance destroys you, or if their attention is your self-worth, then you're no longer truly loving. You're clinging. That's dependence, not mastery. The Stoic way: love fully, give generously, but remember it's a gift, not a guarantee. When you keep that perspective, you stay balanced, you stay rooted. How? First, remind yourself daily. Nothing in life is permanent. Not people, not emotions, not circumstances. Enjoy what you have, but don't need it. Second, ask yourself, what will I do if this is taken away? If your answer is I'll fall apart, you've given it too much power. Third, let go of control and give space. Let people be who they are. Let situations unfold naturally. Influence only what's yours to influence. Release the rest. When you stop clinging, people start respecting you more. They feel your strength and independence. You become harder to manipulate or break. That's what real Stoic detachment gives you. Freedom with love, strength with calm, connection without fear. Number 8, embrace voluntary hardship. Train yourself in peace, dominate in chaos. Pick days where you'll be content with the simplest, cheapest things. Challenge yourself. Say, is this what I feared? Seneca believed comfort kills slowly a quiet, unnoticed poison. Today, everything's designed to make life easier. Fast food, endless entertainment, non-stop distractions. But here's the truth. The soft life softens your mind. When real trouble comes, if you've never practiced strength, you'll break. Seneca believed in choosing discomfort intentionally, not because he hated pleasure, but because he didn't want to become addicted to it. He'd go a day living poorly, eating little, sleeping on the ground, wearing rough clothes just to train his spirit. Because when hardship hits, instead of panicking, you laugh. You realize owning your fears diminishes them. You fear losing money. Try living on less. You fear loneliness. Try silence. You fear rejection. Spend time alone, away from approval. The more you deliberately face your fears, the smaller they become. Apply it weekly. Deny yourself one easy comfort, skip a meal, take a cold shower, turn your phone off for a whole day. Inconvenience yourself and watch your strength grow. Set boundaries for comfort too. Sleep less comfortably, sit in stillness longer, delay gratification. Make not getting what you want a habit. Use challenges as training, not punishments. Bad day, good. Rejection, good, it sharpens your mind. Loss, good, teaches you detachment. When life hits, remind yourself, I've been preparing for this. The Stoics weren't born unshakable, they trained to become that way. You can too. You don't develop mastery by avoiding pain. You develop it by meeting pain head-on and saying, I am stronger than this. Because, here's the truth, you can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control your readiness. Drop this affirmation, I train in discomfort. Nothing can break me. It's not about having too short a life, it's about wasting so much of it in fear and avoidance. You've just learned 8 brutal truths, tools forged in hardship, tested through history, and still powerful in our chaotic world today. You now know how to control your emotions, move quietly, protect your peace, and let go of what drags you down. You see how discipline, detachment, and discomfort mold you into someone truly resilient. And here's the best part. This isn't just for emperors or monks. It's for you right now. You don't need a perfect past or constant motivation, you simply need practice, awareness, and courage. Revisit these lessons daily. Journal your reactions. Sit with your discomfort. And ask yourself, am I being ruled by emotion or guided by wisdom? That question alone can change everything. So don't just scroll, let it move you to act. Wisdom without action is nothing. Like the video, share your thoughts, help someone else rise, and subscribe if you're serious about becoming someone the world can't shake. Deep breath, you're no longer reacting, explaining, or chasing comfort. You are mastering yourself. Drop this final affirmation below. I walk through this world with quiet strength.